Hi everyone, welcome back to YC Cooks and Bakes. If you're new to my channel, please comment, like, and subscribe so that you can get all my recipes in the description. Today was shopping day. I'm not a shopper. I don't like to shop. I'm probably one of the few women that don't like to shop. But we are on a tight budget this week. So I decided I would try to keep the grocery bill as small as I could and see what I could do with it. So I chose two stores. I chose the Dollar Tree and Aldi. And I was able to find a couple good finds at the Dollar Tree. And I don't know if you could see this, but I only ended up spending $5.05. And then at Aldi, I spent $43.40. And that is what I am going to work with this week. 7 days for 6 people. So I'm going to do the best that I can. And when I was in the Dollar Tree today, I found these, and this is a good find. Usually you see them like in the fridge section or the freezer section, but this time they were vacuum packed on the shelf. And this is potato gnocchi. And I have a couple packs here. And if you've never had that, I want you to give it a try. And that's going to be in my recipe today. So I thought I would show you what I was going to do with this. Right now I have water on the stove. I'm getting ready to boil for some broccoli and then some gnocchi. So I will meet you back at the stove. Okay, we're back at the stove, and the water is boiling. You can hear it. I'm going to take this off and I'm going to pour in the broccoli. I'm going to use the same water that I'm going to be using for the gnocchi. This is TJ Farm Selects, also broccoli that I got for $1 at the Dollar Tree. And it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to cook. And then we'll put in the last minute or two, we'll put in the gnocchi because it doesn't take any time to boil up. This broccoli here is 60% vitamin C from the Dollar Tree. So even if you're on a tight budget, doesn't mean you have to give up the good, wholesome stuff. So we'll let this do its thing, and then I'll bring you back when it's time to pour in the gnocchi. Okay, we have just a couple of minutes left on the broccoli. You can see that it's at a rolling boil. I'll tilt you forward so that you can see. You can see. So at this time, I'm going ahead and put in the gnocchi. I put it in a bowl to kind of make it easier to pour in. There. Instead of trying to take it out of the packages. Now this will only take a couple minutes, and you know that the gnocchi are done when they float to the top. So I will bring you back. Okay, you're going to be able to see how they were at the bottom, and you see how they floated to the top. I don't want you to fall. Let's see. So now I will drain the gnocchi and the broccoli. Okay, we're back at the counter. I had put the gnocchi and the broccoli in a colander and drained it, really well. And then I sprayed my 9x13 Pyrex, and I put everything I poured it in here. And now I'm just going to make a sauce for it. And that's basically it. I'm going to make a nice sauce, and I will take you along so you can see how I do that. I do notice that some of the broccoli pieces are like massive. So for the sake of my family and to spread it out, I am going to take some kitchen scissors and, just cut this, so that it stretches across this pan. And then that way everybody is sure to get enough in their little part that they scoop up, So I will bring you back soon at the stove so you can see how I do my sauce. Okay, bringing you back for a quick note. I have forgot to tell you that this I had purchased at Aldi for $2.79, and not only is the package smaller, but the price is higher. But we all know the deal there, right? So I do plan on cutting it right here and slicing half of this to go into my broccoli and gnocchi. I'm gonna, cut it real small and then saute it. They don't go without meat in any meal. That's just how this family is. It's going to be limited though, which is fine because you can have a delicious meal without it. So you certainly can with a little bit of it. So with the two things, the gnocchi and the broccoli, we know from Dollar Tree that was $3. And then this was $2.79, but I'm only going to use half of it. So if you round it off to $2.80, you're talking about $1.40. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're talking about $4.40 right now. So we're still under $5 for this meal, and that's a good thing. So I will cut up half of this, and then I will meet you over at the stove. Okay, we're back over at the stove, and I'm starting to make my sauce for my gnocchi, broccoli, and turkey kielbasa. And I don't know if I can tilt you forward. You can see in the bottom of that saucepan, I have a half a stick of butter. So that's 4 tablespoons of butter I'm going to start my sauce off with. And in it, I'm going to saute some garlic. And this is just to taste how your family would like it. I'm going to use about this much. A couple good teaspoons there. And right now we're trying to melt this butter and saute the garlic at the same time. It helps to have a whisk when you're making a sauce. And I am going to need some flour to make a roux for this sauce, so I will go get that. Okay, we're back. And as I said, if you hear that sizzling noise, that is I'm browning the sausage. And you don't necessarily have to, but it does help bring more flavor to the dish, and it makes the sausage look better, like when you're eating it with everything. I just thought I would throw that out there for you. And this butter has melted, and the garlic has sauteed pretty good. I'm going to show it to you what it looks like. When it starts to smell fragrant, you know you're ready to go on to the next step. But I will tilt you forward so you can see what I mean. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, it's kind of hard the way to look down into a pot. So the rule of thumb is when you have, for every tablespoon, this is my rule anyway, of butter that you have, you want to make a roux, you want to use like 4 heaping teaspoons, and I heap it because I want a nice roux. It depends on how much fluid you're going to use too, you know, but I have to use quite a bit for that, there, you know, for that dish. Okay. And then when you stir this flour, that much flour in this butter and garlic, it does, you know, it makes a roux like a paste. It makes like a paste. And that's what you want. It literally, but then when you go to put in your fluids, that's when you're going to use your whisk. I'll show it to you. It actually looks crumbly now. Let me see here. I don't know if you can see it. See how it looks like crumbly? Because it soaked up all the butter and the garlic. Okay. I'll get this off my spoon. Okay. I'm going to use a bottle because I already know it's like a couple cups of water. If I have to do 3 cups, I will. But I already know that, you know, the measurements of this. Okay. Swiping the mess I made with flour. I like to kind of clean as I go so I don't have such a mess later. Okay, I'm going to turn off this sausage now. It's browned pretty good, so that's good. And this, you want to turn it up now, you know, like between medium and high. And this will make a sauce. That flour and that butter will thicken. You know, you put in water there, but we're going to be adding chicken granules to it. Like the Knorr that I use all the time. Okay. You follow the directions per cup, you know, but I put a little bit, and then if it needs more later, I just add more for flavor. And at this time, you can add your seasonings, like cracked black pepper is a good one, whatever you want. Okay, and my family and I, when we have broccoli and stuff, we like a little bit of crushed red pepper. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. Doesn't come out those holes, so I'm going to go like this and add like a teaspoon of that because we just happen to like that. If you want to add cayenne, you can do that. It's already making a beautiful sauce. I'm going to show it to you. See the sauce? It's hard to see it. Kind of looks like a chicken gravy, which for all intents and purposes it kind of is. But I like it to be a little bit on the creamier side, the whiter side. So I'm going to use this leftover sour cream that I had in my fridge and just add it to it. You know, you go through your fridge and you say, well, what would make this good, or what would make it look better, and what would be real flavorful, and you just, you do things like that. Okay, so I'm going to use my spoon and put this in. It looks to be, if you need to know, looks to be about a 1/3 cup. A little bit more than a 1/4 cup, so it's probably a 1/3 cup that I had left in here. I'm just trying to, it sounds like a lot because I'm trying to scrape the sides. Okay, and that's it. Let me get what's on the spoon here. Okay. Alrighty. And I think this is a beautiful sauce to put over the broccoli and the gnocchi with the, Turkey Keilbasa. And let me tilt you forward so you can see the sauce. See it? Okay. And I will bring you back at the counter so we can put it on our dish. Okay, we're back at the counter. One thing I do want to mention is that after you make your sauce, before you take it off the stove, make sure you taste it so that if you did have to add a little bit more of that chicken bouillon, you could. And that counts as your salt with that crushed black pepper. You don't want to add salt on top of that because then it would be too much sodium. Okay, so we're going to put in our Polska kielbasa. Okay, that we cut up. Like that. Okay. Now, just kind of spreading it around, to make sure that some gets on every, corner inside of the dish, just kind of spread out evenly is how we're doing it. Okay, so this is good. Oh, you hear Bella? I'm gonna get her, okay? Hang on. Okay, I'm back. And she was giving the people on the other side of us. I don't know who was over there, but anyways, it was somebody that she didn't recognize. Okay. Oops, I had one in the lid. Okay, I'm going to show you what this looks like before we put the sauce on it. Oh, that lid is hot. I have to remember they have metal handles. Okay, see? That's what it looks like. Okay. And now we will pour our sauce across it. Like that. Okay. Now, this is my recipe. I did not follow anything today, just so you know, because like I said, I'm putting stuff together this week because I'm cooking on a budget. And I'm just like, well, what would go with this? What that, maybe this would look good on that, and this would taste good with this. And oh yeah, we could add a little bit of that. That's how I do it. Because I almost, at one point, put kale in this, but then I thought, well, no, I'll save that for another night because we have a whole week to go. So This looks fantastic. And the only reason I have it in this, everything is cooked. I just want to make sure it's warmed up just for a few minutes so that I can serve it to my family warm. I just don't want to give it to them cold. If you're wondering why I put it in this. And also, it gives you a place to always, put stuff as soon as you're done making it. That part of it, you put it in here. And then another part, you put it in here. So there you go. And then it's already spread out for them to get their, spatula or whatever and get theirs, because this will go into 6 parts. And that's how we do it. Okay, so I think at this point, I want to, I've already got cracked black pepper on the veggies and stuff, so I am going to add a little bit of Parmesan, and I got this at the Dollar Tree too, but I'm not using it all on just this meal, so it's just basically a few cents, but it's real cheese. I didn't want to buy that canister with the fillers in it. I wanted to, keep it real. So let me shake it up. I notice there's some little chunks. Let's see here. There. Now I'm just going to shake this Parmesan across the top of it. And I'll probably just put it in, like a 350 oven for 15-20 minutes, just to make sure everything is heated through again. And then I can serve it. And I'll fix up my husband's lunch for third shift. So that is it. There you have it. That is my, I don't know what I'm going to call it. It's my gnocchi broccoli bake with kielbasa. And I hope you give it a try the next time you need an economic meal. I hope everybody has a great night. Bye-bye.